Okay, welcome back. We are done with the printing process. So I'm going to press finished. Finished. Okay, this is loading up something else, I guess. Please remove the build plate and use a spatula. Let's see, a print material and settings. I guess that's all of it. I mean, go backwards, loading, print material settings. Not that bad. This is where it gets very interesting on the build plate. So on the build plate, I noticed that there are some flaws. I do understand it. I wish the clip was a spring clip that will just like stay on there and easy for me to actually remove it. However, there was some downside of it. That this thing is it's injection molded. That's okay. That's great. The only problem is that this thing is way too strong. So the only way is that you press it and you pull it as much as you can, because this guy is really difficult. If you can't do it on your side on your first try, this is how I would recommend, is using those pliers if you do have one. Not those side clippers, not those side clippers. No. You have to use a needle nose pliers like this guy right here and try to apply it as light as possible. So for example, if I was going to go right here, go onto this guy, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of pressure onto there. As you can see, the tab is being moved up and down. Get to it as far as you can, and you pull it, because that way it'll pull the entire build plate out of it. So once you pull this out, slide it. That's it, and there you go. And this thing is really flexible, so all you do is just flex it out. So far right now, it's not coming off of it because again, it's on the build plate, very hard material. So I recommend this right here. Is as it recommended, is use a spatula and put it onto there. Highly recommend to focus on this guy too as well. Wait till the plate is cooled down to be removed, which is true. It's not that hot, so that's good news. It's not that very hot, about 55 Celsius or 50 Celsius, so that's good news. But it's really stuck on there. But I recommend using those spatulas that they recommended. Use a spatula to try and scrape it off. It should be easier because it's a flexible build plate. I'm gonna go get my spatula first. Okay, then I can't find my spatula apparently. Huh. Alright then, don't try this at your office. I'm going to use a personal scraper, which is a razor blade. So don't recommend doing this right now. If you are going to do that, make sure you do it away from you. So you can try to nudge it as much as you can onto there and just pry it off as possible. So there we go. It should be coming off. There we go. So, and this is where it gets interesting. I don't like to use this one. So on the, as you can see right now, you can see it. On the recommendation on their platform, they said you can actually remove it flexible and you just scrape it off with the scraper. Most of the time you will get much more damages on the surface and you will get more of the scrapes underneath it. So even though the spatula might be okay, I highly recommend not using that. So that's why I was saying that I'm going to use is the masking tape, because it'll save your build plate 3 times lifespan. So that's way much better than just like, you know, just following their instructions, say like, oh, you can just take it off and go from there. Okay, now how do you attach this guy onto here? This build plate, which I hope is cooled down. There we go. Okay, so it's enough for you to cool down. Press this guy down because it's already spring at the bottom of it. Slide it where those tabs are on the side and just keep going at it all the way to the back. Keep going all the way to the back, and at that, slide it in until it snaps. Then you're ready to go. There we go. Then you just close it, and now, congratulations, you now learned the MakerBot Sketch. So there's the other one too as well, which is we do have is the MakerBot Sketch Large. That one's the same process as this one. So same thing again, plug it in, turn it on, follow the steps, add a internet connection, so make sure you plug it down in. If it says restart, turn it off, turn it back on, and it should turn everything else to be okay. Z-axis too as well, you get the same thing with the paper. So underneath the nozzle, it'll move around and go from there. So, and at the material inside of it too as well, same thing on this side. there's a clip right here. Take out the panel, slide it in, and you're good to go. So, and that's it. Now that we did our first test right now, we did our first cube, which is this guy, not that bad, at a very slow speed, which is I'm astonished about that one. And it should pry off easily off this guy, off the build plate. Sort of. It's stuck on corners, but it's okay. And there we go. I did not know they have gray, so that's great news. Okay, so, and that's it. That's all I have for now. If there's anything else, any comments, any recommendations, that's okay with me. Oh, you start connecting onto the online store, which is the MakerBot software. So you can do this by USB drive, so that's okay. If you look at the videos I did before, you can actually do it by USB drive, import it, and you can just transport it. Another one is, I thought this would be okay with the internet source. It'll be connected to your computer. It's not working as it should have been. I'm not sure what's going on with this because it says I added a connected printer. It wouldn't find the main source, which I have the MakerBot S small one. So I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna see if it has the IP address. See here, because I need to know. There it is. Okay, found it. So if you do have IP address, which is this guy right here, I'm gonna zoom in. On the MakerBot software, it'll say IP address, and luckily this one does have it because after the printing is done, there we go. So it'll have the IP address for this guy right here. It'll connect it to your own computer at your own source area. So it'll connect it to you right away. Use that one IP address, and that will be connected onto your computer. Because that way, if you have internet connection, that's great news. Wi-Fi, I'm still debatable about the Wi-Fi. I have never tried Wi-Fi in my life. Ever since I have my own personal printers here with the Maker Monoprice, they do say you can actually use Wi-Fi settings onto there, but again, I'd rather not. Well, it's on my side. That's me personally. So, if you want to use it on your side, I would suggest okay. Just kind of like follow the instructions because I have never done Wi-Fi before. Because again, I don't trust the power source is gonna go off, and this guy's got a loose connection. That's one thing. And on top of that, Wi-Fi is very slow because of the data connectivity, depending how strong is your Ethernet port is. So that's one thing I'm not sure how to actually use that one. So, or not use that one. I don't know how well that's working out. So we'll see how it goes with other ones right now. So that's it right now. I think that's it. I'm gonna try this out on the printer. I'm gonna try my first prototype on here overnight and go from there. So hope you guys find this interesting. Give it a like, thumbs up, comment any feedbacks about this printer. It's okay. And after that, go from there. Alright then. Hope you guys enjoy the MakerBot sketch. Have fun with it. And this is like a larger build plate, so now that's a good news. And that's it. Alright then. Have a good day. Bye.